and they were roomies.
God, they were roommates.
Welcome back, Roomies. We are back with a new episode. I know it's been a while. We've had some craziness go on in our lives. We're not going to get into that too much, though, because we have bigger things to talk about, a.k.a. Beyonce. I'm sure you have known that yesterday, as of us recording this, I'm hoping to get this posted tomorrow, but Cowboy Carter was released to the masses. It was leaked, but we were good. We did not listen to the leak. We waited for it to come out like it was intended. And we are here to discuss all of our thoughts. They will be positive. So if you're here to listen to us drag Beyonce, get the fuck out, because that's not going to happen.
Find someone else.
Find a different podcast.
Like
Nothing but love here.
Go back and listen to our I Am Beyonce Always if you're wondering our stance.
Maybe start there and then come back to that. Or come back to this.
I think that was actually our last episode. So
And Chris Richards, if you happen to be listening, say goodbye to your kneecaps, because I just read your Washington Post article. 0 out of 10.
You can
no, terrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrong decisions and wrong opinions. As of today, I saw on Twitter that Rolling Stone magazine has given Cowboy Carter a perfect score of 100, labeling it an instant classic. So, fuck that guy.
Lemonade was also given 100.
Yeah, and it is still, to this day, a classic.
And her and Adele are the only people to hold, I think they each hold 2 100 albums.
Wow.
Deserving
We love
queens.
I am snapping, but very quietly.
We snapping, y'all.
Also, hold on, where is it? I came with receipts again.
Anything for you, Beyonce.
She was one of the only artists to debut on Spotify with 70,000 streams.
Amazing.
Wow.
70,000. Probably a lot more now, but
I was going to say, I think she hit like some insane, like hundreds of millions in 24 hours.
Yeah.
But this is just Spotify, just in the first little bit that it's been out. So
I listened to it once on Spotify and then I immediately bought it for my phone.
You're like, I probably will end up buying it.
I was like, I need this. Because I don't have Spotify Premium. And I was like, I'm driving in the car today and this is what I need to listen to.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You gotta have it.
it was for, at least on like that iTunes store, it was only $19. Which that's like for 27 songs. That's not bad.
Yeah. That's actually not bad at all.
So.
Well, I figured we can go through and kind of talk about the album a bit. Beyonce had mentioned in a press conference that she was randomly at that, because Beyonce doesn't talk to us. We know that to be true.
No.
She mentioned that this album was going to come before Renaissance.
I heard that.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, and then COVID happened. She was like, we need to dance. People need to dance. And I was like, thank you, Beyonce.
Yes, Beyonce.
Truly.
She mentioned that because the pandemic, people were, she felt that was too much heaviness in the world, and she wanted to have people get out there and dance. So the quote is, she said, I was initially going to put Cowboy Carter out first, but with the pandemic, there was too much heaviness in the world. We wanted to dance. We deserved to dance, but I had to trust in God's timing. A beautiful quote. Also, I love that she is a petty Virgo queen because this has been in the making since the CMT Awards that she performed at with the Dixie Chicks, which just go by the Chicks.
Yeah.
15 years ago? Or was it shorter than that? It was a long time ago?
It was a long time ago. So she's held on to that grudge, rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
For that long. If you guys don't know, there was a huge amount of backlash after she performed her song Daddy Lessons with the Chicks of Dixie, I guess, at the CMT Awards, which is, Daddy Lessons is one of her country songs. She's had a few country songs on her album, and so she performed that song, which is a really good performance. If you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. But there was a ton of backlash from the country community / rednecks, being just up in arms that she was even allowed to perform at the Country Music Awards, and that she's not country, which is wild. So Beyonce, hearing this, was like, I'm take that personally. And she's been working on this album basically since then.
She's that meme of Michael Jordan, and I took that personally.
I took that personally, pretty much.
And she made the greatest country album of all time.
Yeah,
it's only been out for a day, but
I'm gonna make history.
Yeah,
which is awesome, because in the face of adversity, you fucking shine, and you choose every opportunity to be petty.
Facts. If only I always felt so bold.
But so, like, first listens, what were your guys's like fave song?
Oh, I mean, I know that this was a single, but 16 Carriages, just, it hits every time. It's so amazing. I was so pumped as a huge Beatles fan to hear Blackbird, and I absolutely loved it. Anyone who has a problem with Blackbird being on there as a Beatles fan needs to also get the fuck out, because the whole point of the song, which we were just talking about before we started recording, Paul McCartney has said multiple times, it's about Black women during the Civil Rights Movement. If you have a problem with Beyonce taking this and passing the torch onto other Black women in the country music space, please just stop. Just go. Because we're not here for the slander. Also, Jolene, I was so excited to hear. I loved her spin on it. God, I have so many. I could just talk through my thoughts for every single one. But I will wait. I was really excited for some of the covers. But then I think that everything that she, of course, did without... I don't want to say without reference, because there's so many great references to different things. I will say my one, I don't know if it's a bummer, because it's not a bummer, it's just a hope in my head. But when I saw that Willie Nelson was on the little poster thing that they put out for the the song titles and the features and stuff, I was really hoping they were actually going to have a song together. And I was really hoping it was going to be Johnny Cash, soulful, dark vibes, because I felt like they both would have done that really cool together. So that's my only little bit of bummer, but that was a very personal hope for me of wouldn't it be cool to see these two do something very soulful and dark, as opposed to something very dancey. So yeah, I was a little bummed that he was just a booth operator at the radio station, but I also loved it, and I think it was a great addition. But yeah, that was my own personal hope for the two of them, but that's fine.
Yeah. We were also talking just before recording about Yeah Yeah, which is just so much fun. Even just through the first listen, I was oh, this is one I want to have on in the car, window down, having a good time with the girls,
It's
Two Most
girls.
It's Two Most Wanted is also just really beautiful and
amazing.
It felt so female friendship core, and that was really sweet. And then just the run of Dolly P, Jolene, and Daughter, was just really cool.
Something that Beyonce does that it's wild, and I feel it was really noticeable in Renaissance, but I love that it's it just, every single song melts into each other, and it's you don't even notice the song changed. I had to keep checking. Oh, this is a different song. Yeah, because it's just, they all just kind of just go together, even though it's such a mix between slow and really heartfelt to also dancey, and you want to get up and dance, and there's some rap features. It's just every single song feels it's just one continuous thing.
Yeah, the build from To Hands to Heaven to Tyrant to Buckin',
it's insane.
So good.
It's insane.
Yeah, it truly, like you just said, it flows as one. Like, I hadn't realized I went through the whole album until it was quiet. And I was
Yeah. You're like, wait, what song was that? I had to keep going back. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, she knows how to craft not just a song, but an album to create like a flowing piece of art.
Yeah, it's insane.
There's no other way to put it.
I also just love seeing that she highlighted so many, like, obviously like, big names within the country space, but really kind of putting them. I just love that she's so wanting to share what she has with other people. Because, I mean, she could have come in and done just a country album, just her, no features. It would have been great. But the fact that I feel like she really kind of went out of her way for, making others included in the space and being like, I was told to get out of this space. And so the people who have been pushing and working in the space for all this time, like having them featured, I think was just, I don't know, it makes it feel more excited to support. And I have now new people to listen to, which is always exciting.
It's so good. I guess we can get started with Blackbird then, since that's like the first song and not kind of a, what is it, like an interlude? That one's featuring Tanner Adele, who I am obsessed with and I love. Brittany Spencer, who has like the voice of a goddamn angel.
Yes.
Derek Kennedy, who has absolute bops. And then Raina Roberts, who has some crazy fucking like bops as well. If you guys are interested in hearing more of them or other women in country, I made a playlist.
I saw that.
And it's so wild because these are the women that I've been listening to the most. There's a song that I've just been like vibing to so much, and it's called, oh my gosh, it's by Tierra, I think, and it is, okay, found it. It's by Tierra Kennedy, and it's called Jesus, My Mama, My Therapist. And that song is such a bop. Like, it's so good. And so I keep making my mom listen to it. And then I finally, before this album even came out, I had Callie, my niece, and my mom over, and we were just listening to different types of songs and stuff. And we played, I played them Buckle Money by Taylor Adele. And when I tell you my niece got up and she was dancing.
She will take any excuse to get up and dance.
My niece will dance to mostly anything.
She's a star.
She's a freaking star. But that song my mom loves, and she was just like, she was feeling it. And to hear that like the label and everyone was just so negative about that song coming out for Taylor was just awful. But if it's hard for Beyonce to get plays on radio stations, just imagine how difficult it is for like most of these women. And so when I had seen that she had featured like pretty much all of my country faves on Blackbird of all songs, like when I tell you I had tears in my eyes. I just, even today I was talking to my mom about it because she was asking about the album, and I was just like, Mom, remember those girls I was playing for you? They're on there. She was just like, what? I don't know how it came together, how they came to be on that track, or how it happened, but like I'm so thankful because it's literally their Spotify's are like blowing up and people are just learning more about them. So like that's amazing.
Yeah, she knows exactly the way to get into the genre. Gosh, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But like basically her ability to get like approval, which not that she needs it, but the approval from Dolly and Willie to come and to be on the album, but also post about it and be like, oh, like, you know, look out for Beyonce's album coming out in a couple days. I'm going to be on it. Folks who follow Dolly Parton since she started are going to be like, oh shit, okay, like Dolly's good with this. Yeah. You know, sometimes it does take one of the people in the space to be like, yeah, this is okay. We're good. We're going to let this woman be part of this. And then Beyonce can also use that as a like, okay, kids, like, who can I highlight to make sure they know that they can be here?
Yeah.
And she did it with so many people.
I love
it's
that.
very cool.
For sure. Like, to just give a platform
Mm-hmm.
to so many other people in the space that aren't getting as much love. Like, when I tell you these artists, when you look at their Spotify pages, for instance, like, they don't have very many, well, obviously now they do. They're blowing up.
Yeah.
But before that, they only had maybe a couple thousand listeners, or a lot of them were less than 100,000 listeners. And to give them that platform is amazing. So now, you know, they're carving out a place for Black women in country, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward
Speaking
to
of
listening
Black
to
women
more
in
country.
Yeah. Speaking of Black women in country, she also highlighted Linda Martell, who is one of the pioneers of country music, and she was a Black woman, and I think is she still alive? I think she passed away. I'm not sure, but to have her voice be on it is like insanely amazing. There's so many deep cuts and references to like just Blackness in the South that is like just wild.
She is 82 years young.
Wow. Shouts out to Linda.
Hell yeah. Way to go, Linda.
But yeah, and then the next song after that was, you know, obviously 16 Carriages.
16 Carriages.
It's so good.
It's such a good song. I've seen so many people like say that one is still one of the ones that makes them tear up.
You say,
and which is wild because like it's been out for a long time. Obviously, like you don't have to listen to it again when you listen to the album, but like it flows so well from Blackbird to that. And Blackbird's so beautiful with like everyone's voice just like together. But to go from that to like I don't know, I think the production of 16 Carriages is really, really pretty.
I see it in the same realm, and I hope it goes down in the same realm that Vienna is in. Because Vienna, after hearing, like, I've heard that song so many times. Like, Vienna's so popular. It still makes me tear up. Because there's parts in the song that no matter what you're going through in life, you feel heard and held when you listen to it. And I feel the same way with 16 Carriages that I feel listening to Vienna.
No, for sure. It definitely has, like, parts of it where it's just like, damn, you feel... you feel reached out to, you know, like you feel like that's he's talking to you.
Yeah, someone has heard you and understands you.
Still such a friggin' banger, honestly.
It's really interesting too that one she put that and Texas Hold'em out at the same time. Yeah, because just like the range of the two.
That I was like, I cannot wait for this album because those being the singles, like you can't expect anything. Like it could be anything that's gonna come out of this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's like that's actually wild because it's like I don't know what I would have chosen as a single from this album because everything's so good, but also it's like what can embody the feel of it, and like I feel like those two. Yeah, both like embody the entire feel of it. Beyonce. Yes. Beyonce.
She just knows how to do this.
She just gets it. After all these years, she just gets it.
Yeah.
After that one is Protector. And it is featuring Roomie. And there's so many amazing tweets that were happening. They're just like they're like Roomie's making sure that Blue's not the only one in the family with a Grammy.
Yeah.
And I love that because definitely that's one of the songs that I feel like that's gonna get that Grammy. But I love that she's on that, and like I love how she switches like Protector to also like being a projector. And projecting like it's just really sweet. I was listening to it today when I was pulling into like my parking garage, And I was like, you know what? This reminds me so much of like my niece
Mm.
and how I want to like constantly protect her from just everything in the world that's gonna eventually catch up to her. Because as you're a kid, you know, you don't know all the nonsense that's happening. But I also want to project her because she's so talented and amazing that I want everyone to see just her light and who she is. But yeah, I really like that one. And it was one I was like, damn, I can't have kids because if I do, I will be so emotional. I'd be like 10 times more emotional listening to it. Because like she has a song called Blue. I forget, oh my gosh, what album that is on. But that song makes me cry every single time I listen to it. And it's literally her just singing about how amazing it is to be a mom and to bring like blue into the world and stuff. And I don't know what it does to me personally. I don't have those emotions, but like that song will never fail to like make me sob. And this one just like it kind of gives that same vibe to me, I guess.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's very cool to hear people who, I mean, like love and enjoy being a parent, and then like also the hardships of that. And she portrays it in such an incredible way of like the raw honesty of it. And it's such a balance of loving and protecting, but also like my kids are special. I want them to be part of this world, but this world is scary and dangerous, and it's so good.
And I love that Roomy is a part of it. Like that's just so cute.
Shout out little Roomy. I bet Sir is just at home like, what the hell? Where's my
It feels like Sir's just be chilling. Like he's not really out. He just be like
he's just with Jay. Like
yeah.
Be cool.
The girls are always just like, let's go be with mom, you know. I love that though.
Blue is a star.
Seeing like the growth of her confidence on stage during the Renaissance tour was so cute.
She's
a little star who's been through so much already, and she's like so young.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be big, man. Big.
I'm excited.
But yeah, then after that one is My Rose, which is a shorter song, but I feel like the vocals on that one is insane. This one, and like I think it's flamenco, like her vocals go absolutely crazy. Like those are two like very short kind of songs, but the vocals on them are just like, she's like, I'm gonna pile every note into every second that I have.
Yeah. So good. A really great little kind of interlude.
Yeah.
To move into Smoke Hour.
With Mr. Willie Nelson himself. I do feel you. I was hoping that I would get like a Willie Nelson kind of Beyonce collab, or even a Dolly Beyonce collab. But maybe down the line it'll happen.
Maybe. If you had like a thought in your head, what would you have thought it would have been?
I definitely thought like it would be more of a like a darker kind of song, like not even like super produced, just more kind of like acoustic with a guitar.
Yeah.
Just them like singing.
Yeah.
But I would definitely think like for the Dolly one, they'd be like extra as hell with like all the production.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, I expected like if they didn't necessarily do Jolene together, like some kind of 9 to 5, like an upbeat, like let's get this party going kind of thing. But
working 9 to 5. But hopefully, down the line we'll get that for sure. But I do like that they were still a part of the album and like were able to like record these really cool like interludes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's so fun, especially because Dolly Parton, I saw a video of her today saying like how much it was from a while ago, but it was her saying like that more than anyone, she wanted Beyonce to cover Jolene.
Yeah. Which is
Like,
just like,
what?
you got to be a special kind of human to get that authority or that,
Yeah.
get that,
And
like,
she had mentioned it
allowance.
too. She's like, I want it to be like a big powerhouse voice, like how Whitney Houston did, and I'll
Yeah.
always love you. She was just like, I want her to take my little song, Jolie, and like make it like this huge thing. And I always loved how like just understanding and Dolly was about, and I will always love you, because Whitney truly took that song and like
Yeah.
it
That's
was
her
insane.
song.
That's her song. And so Dolly's like, even Dolly's like, that's her song.
Yeah.
I love that. So I thought that was so cool that she kind of got her wish with that. For her to cover Jolene.
I really hope that we get to see Beyonce, Miley, and Dolly do Jolene together.
Oh,
Because Miley's cover of Jolene
It's one of my favorites.
phenomenal. But what Beyonce did with Jolene is next level. Like,
Yeah.
when she goes, I'm warning you, I clutched my pearls. I was like, oh my God. Like, oh shit, here we go.
Jolene better watch the
Don't-
fuck out, okay?
Yep. I was like, ooh,
Beyonce's out for blood, and I
Yeah,
love it.
like,
I'm here for
I'm
it.
not gonna beg you. I'm just gonna tell you, like, get out of here. I think that's definitely one of my favorites from the album. Jolene's one of my favorite like songs in general. I loved
Mhm.
his cover of it. I love that fucking song so much. And so to hear like Beyonce being like making it her own with it, I'm obsessed.
Yeah. It's great.
We also skipped over Bodyguard.
I know. I was like, we skipped over a couple, and that's my bad.
Yeah.
But I just got too excited.
Bodyguard.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, Texas Hold'em. A fucking like it's already a classic.
A jam.
I think it's stuck in my head almost every day. And because it's
same.
on social media, but I hear little bits and I just sing it all day.
Same. Like you can't
Catchy.
escape
It's
it.
fun.
It's so catchy. Like the same test. Ain't no
Woo.
like,
I also love
woo.
I love the background. I'm always like, hey, woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it makes me want to learn how to line dance.
Right?
Yeah.
Go to a little country bar.
Some little shorts and some boots.
Yeah.
And a line dance.
Grab your 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, it's already like a classic. I can definitely see it being played at like every cookout.
I think that was a smart pull for the singles, because I feel like it takes the like danciness of some of the songs, but it doesn't give everything away. Like Yaya obviously would have been amazing, but that was such like there's so much in that song. I think putting that out as the single, like you got she had to keep some of those cards close to her chest, and I think that they were smart with Texas Hold'em because it gives you the danciness of it, but then you get to like. Yeah, Buckin and some of the others, and you're like, oh, here we go, let's go.
Yeah, it reminds me of when she came out with that Before I Let Go, because that one when that song dropped, when I tell you it was like it dropped genuinely like fucking crack in the 90s, like it hit the community by storm, and that was my niece's also her favorite song for like so long, and she would scream it in the car.
Oh, I'm sure.
That was
We're gonna need updates of like Callie's top songs once you chat with her and she's listened.
I'll keep y'all updated on that one for sure. But that like Before I Let Go, when that came out, it was insane. And I feel like this one's just gonna be like, I feel like Texas Hold'em's gonna be one of those where it's just like it's gonna be at every single family function, every single like event. It's gonna be at every cookout, like every family reunion, and
album of the summer.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a dance to it. Like there's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Bodyguard is next, and this was one of my early like favorites. When I heard it, I was like, oh. I definitely really liked that one a lot. It was definitely one of my early favorites, and I think it got like replaced as I was listening to it, like more the album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, damn, actually, maybe that isn't my favorite.
Yeah. It's like there's so much good so early. But yeah, you hit the lower tier, like lower parts of the album.
Yeah, I agree. I think that when I first heard Bodyguard, I was like, oh, this is great. And then as I was listening, I was like, ooh, okay, I'm sorry, Bodyguard. Because it gives you a whole story. I feel like I felt like I was reading like a little romance novel while I was listening to it. It was good.
I love that. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Kaylee.
I was just going to say, I love the characters she creates on all of these songs.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And you can like visualize it in your head. What she's singing about, talking about, those stories she's creating. It's just really good.
I definitely enjoy it. And it's so funny too, because if you guys don't know, Beyonce's actual bodyguard, Julius, is a very handsome man.
Yes, he is.
He's very much loved by like the entire fandom of Beyonce. I guess the
Hive.
The Beehive. The Beehive. And so it's so funny because there's like a bunch of clips and videos of people just being like, Julius, like screaming his name. And Beyonce looking like, why are they calling your name?
Like, what did you do?
Flips his hair. Not my fault. People love me.
But yeah, I thought that was so funny because everyone's like, oh my God, Julius. Julius reference
amazing.
on the album.
I definitely didn't realize that's who that was. I don't think I knew what his name was, but that's so good.
He's a legend in the Hive.
Hell yeah,
He's
Julius.
been with her for forever. Like he's been her like close bodyguard for a long time.
You go, Glen Coco.
All right, then we got Dolly P next, and again, I just love Dolly Parton's voice. Like she has such a distinct voice, and it's just like, I don't know, it just makes me smile and makes me feel like I don't know, I'm listening to like my grandma or something. No offense.
Yes. She's just, she's got some kind of comfort built into her that.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's this
can't
small white woman making me feel so comforted, but she does it every time.
Yeah, she's the best. Maybe it started in our Hannah Montana days.
I was going to say probably.
You know what? Yeah.
Because she was like the ultimate comforting godmother.
Yeah. And I was like, I want her to be my godmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. You have a point.
Because godmother.
Ball is life.
Ball is life. Okay, then we got Jolene, which we kind of talked about already. And then one of my favorite songs is Daughter, for sure.
For sure.
They have a tweet, and it was like, whenever Beyonce talks shit about her dad is always the best song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not wrong.
Yeah.
I eat it up every fucking time, and Daughter is no exception. Like I was listening to it today and I was just like, this is really my shit. Like I really like this song. And it's just so like the vocals again are amazing. The whole like just composition of the song is amazing, but the lyrics and everything just speak to me. And as a fellow woman with daddy issues, I I definitely relate, and I love that song.
Yeah, as someone who had a tough go with times with their father, the refrain and then outro, I'm gonna read it. I pulled up the lyrics because it gets me every time. But they keep saying that I ain't nothing like my father, but I'm the furthest thing from choir boys and altars. If you cross me, I'm just like my father. I'm colder than Titanic waters. Colder than Titanic waters! Come on! And I felt that deeper in my soul than I thought that I would, as someone who, when I'm frustrated, I see far too much of my father in myself. And I was like, goddamn Beyonce calling me out. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, it is really, really good. She hits the nail on the head every fucking time. But then we move on to spaghetti.
Spaghettis.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. That spaghetti, like, honestly, there's so many think pieces right now, and there's so many like ways you can kind of look at the title. But the fact that spaghetti is normally served in the South for like every single fucking meal as a side, mind you, I thought it was amazing because like spaghetti is such. I feel like Black people have taken spaghetti and just completely co-opted it into our own thing, and so now we have like Black spaghetti. But that's the thing. There's also this whole other Black story we can get back to, like slavery and like in the South. There's so much. There's layers to why it's called spaghetti.
And like spaghetti westerns.
Yep.
Yeah, spaghetti westerns. There's so many things.
She was like, let me put a little pasta here and let the internet do its.
Yeah, she pulls one word and everyone's losing their mind.
Losing their fucking mind.
Like, but what about fettuccine?
I enjoy linguine.
Spaghetti.
But once again, like, Beyonce proves why she is our favorite fucking rapper, because she spits on spaghetti. Like, she spits. And it's featuring, what's his name? Shibuya or whatever.
Shabuzi.
Yeah.
Shibuya roll call. Beyonce and Shabuzi.
I saw that. Sounds like someone called him Shibuya roll call, and now it's stuck in my goddamn head.
Oh no.
There's a restaurant here in Seattle called Shibuya. And my couple of my coworkers went, and I was like, Shibuya roll call? And they were like, yeah, stop it.
Do they have spaghetti? The real question.
I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
Yes. Science.
But yeah, like, she can do it all.
Yeah, she's such a good rapper.
Point blank.
Facts. And like, she gets out there and she's just like, I ain't no gang, but I got shooters and I bang bang. I was like,
at the snap of my fingers, I'm Thanos. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
I'm selling your head cornrows. They call me Captain. I can't let
Assassin. That's my favorite.
Like,
yeah. I was just gonna say, imagine like going to the theaters and watching Endgame and Beyonce's there.
Right? I'm like, how does she know? Does she watch movies?
She's just watching Disney Plus at home with Jay. Like,
do
you think she's Team Captain America or Team Iron Man? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. I definitely think she'd be Team Iron Man. Well, maybe not.
Oh, I was gonna say Captain America.
I would have also said Captain America.
I feel like
I think she'd be Team Cap.
I feel like she'd be over it. She'd be like, you know what, y'all, like, let's not fucking destroy these
She
cities
goes,
no
you know
more.
what? Maybe Thanos had a point. No.
I think that a couple times a week. So
yeah,
you know.
genuinely. But I like the beginning of the song because it's Linda and Martell talking, and she goes, genres are a funny little concept, are they?
Yeah.
Aren't they? And she's like, in theory, they have a simple definition that's easy to understand, but in practice, well, some may feel confined. And I love it because this song is completely genre bending. And people will say, oh, they're rapping on it. Is it actually country? Are you country? Like, country is a huge thing. Like, you think about Nelly, you think about 3 6 Mafia. All of these groups are so country, and they're always constantly overlooked because they're also rap, but they're country rap. Like, even Juvenile taking over the 99,000s. Like, he like revolutionized the whole country music. Like, there was a huge wave of country rap and country rappers that made people more interested in country music, and they were completely shoved out of the genre because you can't be two things at once or whatever.
Yeah. But now country rap is like its own celebrated thing if you're white. Yeah. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Like,
you get Florida Georgia Line spitting on a track and it's fine.
Yeah.
Or that Jelly Roll dude.
My mom's a Jelly Roll fan.
Yeah.
The fact that I was like, who are you talking about? was like, what were you talking about? But I realized that you guys were the ones who explained it to me.
Yeah, probably a couple episodes ago.
I think so. I was like, wait, who are we talking about here? Who do we have, guys?
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, Beyonce got ahead of this entire conversation of her, whether she's country, like allowed to be country or not.
Yeah.
Like, the fact this album has been done for years.
Yeah.
She put out the singles Super Bowl weekend, and then there's songs on this album that are literally she talking about, like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna insert myself in the music industry where I want.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to have to put up with it. And there's all this discourse online exactly about that.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, she knew. She's going to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah. Everyone always thinks that Beyonce has like a secret like burner account. And at these points, I definitely do think that she has to have somebody like monitoring the web for her. Because she gets ahead of things and like so fast that it's actually like insane. I'm like, how did you know?
Yeah.
How did you know?
She is part of the Illuminati.
Dun dun dun.
Solved.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I love that Linda Martell of all people is talking about genres. When they try to put her in an R&B kind of box, but also that it's on the top of this song and this album, which have people fucking spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Their trucker hats are fucking flying off their head because of Beyonce in the country space with a rapper on the song, and it's country, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, spaghetti, amazing dish, amazing song.
What's next?
Which one's next?
Alligator tears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, this one too, like it flows so well. Which is random because it's like this really high like energy song that flows into alligator tears, but like you wouldn't think it would flow well, but it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a really, really good song. I really wish it was longer, which is like, but yeah, I really wish it was longer.
I think it's a good like wind down of the category because I've seen people talk about how like it's kind of with Smoke Hour being where it's placed, it's kind of the album split into these three little categories essentially, and so the middle category from Texas Hold'em to Alligator Tears is Beyonce being like, you wanted country, here's country, like here's what I feel as though people are expecting, and then you got the whole genre talk from Linda and everything, and then after Smoke Hour 2 it's like this is Beyonce's country.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I love that actually.
Yeah, she's gonna make it however the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it being kind of split up that way, but that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was on Twitter today, and it was like Smoke Hour is like the break between categories of like Beyonce kind of at the beginning. It's, you know, the buildup of possibly why she wanted to make a country album with 16 Carriages, Blackbird, Protector. All of that is kind of the thoughts going into the album, and then Smoke Hour happens, and then we get From Texas Hold'em to Alligator Tears, and it's Beyonce trying to be in the box, if you will, so to speak, of what traditional country is and has been. And then after Smoke Hour 2, From Just for Fun to Amen is Beyonce's country, and I was like, hell yeah.
Wow.
I like that a lot.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can look at this album and really, like, I guess, draw so much from it, because it's like, what do you mean by that? And she's never going to tell us, obviously.
No.
But I love that, because there's so many ways you can look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Just for Fun. I absolutely adore Willie Jones's voice. His voice is like I don't know. It's like molasses.
Just sort of spilling out of your mouth.
Spilling out of your mouth.
Now do the Swedish chef. I'm not familiar. What province is he from? It's on Sesame Street, dumbass. My favorite.
I love molasses kind of spilling out of your mouth. But yeah, that's literally what again, like a smaller artist that she's highlighting in country. And it's just, oof. It's such a good kind of like duet-y song.
Yeah. It's great. All of it is great. It's also good.
Yeah, this is, cause like Courtney said, it's kind of more of an upbeat one, but the lyrics are a little more, I don't know if intense is the right word, but like time heals everything and I don't need anything. It just kind of hit. I was like,
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of like definitely the traditional country, because you think like, oh, we're just jamming out. And the song lyrics are so fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
And then you actually sit and listen to it and you're like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. You're like, oh, the banjos, and you're out there shucking and jiving, and then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, wait a minute.
Hold on now.
He's really
Just
going
like,
through things.
Yeah, like
really sad.
Time heals everything is like such a constant point in the song.
Yeah.
It's just
Enjoy it just for fun.
Yeah.
But I think all of our favorites is Two Most Wanted.
Yes. It was my highly anticipated when I heard Miley was going to be on it. I was like, I cannot wait to hear whatever it is they put together.
Who would have thought in the year 2024 that Beyonce and Miley Cyrus would be collabing on a song?
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, my first concert was Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, and the Jonas Brothers when I was in 6th grade. So seeing like, it kind of hit when like Miley won her first Grammy, and I was like, I have been here. I wasn't super huge during like the Bangers era. I will say I did kind of like, I like, it was good. I just wasn't like hardcore Miley during that time.
No.
And so like, but it kind of hit when she won the Grammy. I was like, I have been here since New Hannah Montana is on tonight. Clear my schedule. Like, I'm not doing anything. And so then to see now that she's on this feature, like won a Grammy, doing a feature with Beyonce, like so happy and proud for her. Amazing.
Yeah, I feel like she's finally getting her flowers after being literal like legend and breaking all the records and stuff that she's done. Like, she's coming into her own. I don't know. It feels like one of us is making it, which is weird.
Yeah.
We don't know her. But at the same time, it's like we grew up with her, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it just feels, well, speaking of flowers, her song Flowers, but she's actually like getting her flowers, and she has her Grammy. Like, she's finally getting the recognition and stuff that she deserves as a artist, and not just as like an act. And I think that's so important. And like, she holds her fucking own on this song, which is so hard to do with Beyonce.
Because it's just a straight duet. It's not like a which I was so excited to see, because I was like, we'll kind of see how the song ends up, being put together. But I was like, no, it's them the whole time, just going for it. And it's stunning.
Yeah. And you think like, oh, okay, maybe she'll have like a little verse at the end, or I wasn't expecting it to be like an entire just them. Like it's just them the entire time with the harmonies, everything. And it's so good, and I'm so proud of her.
It's great.
And then she posted a picture of her and Beyonce from the Stand Up to Cancer.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
Little babies.
And I love how she's just like looking at her in the picture, because it's just like, I'm next to Beyonce.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what I'm singing right now. I'm standing next to Beyonce. That's all that matters.
Right. It's, oh my gosh. Which is like their only song together, I guess, but I don't think it counts.
No.
Their only that would count. Because Rihanna's also on that, and then Mary J. Blige. Carrie Underwood. It's a wild song.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just cool to see Miley roll back to her country roots every once in a while. Like
Mhm.
she
I love
belongs
it.
there.
Yeah, it's so natural. Like to listen to her sing country. Like she's a beautiful artist. Like whenever she sings anything, it's like it's good.
Mhm.
But when she sings country, you can tell like that genre was made for her.
Yeah, like when I heard her cover of Jolene for the first time, I was like, wow, like that's it.
This is yeah.
Can we just talk about her backyard covers? Because that was
Hers-
a fucking time.
Hers with Ariana Grande
Was good. Yeah.
Ah,
When they're
love
both
it.
in like little like onesies.
little
Onesies.
Yeah.
onesies.
Mm.
That's on my
You're a
like
mouse or a bear?
YouTube playlist every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have like I think it was like a vid to MP3 and had that like
Yup.
on my iPad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need it.
I need it. Inject it
She's
into my
just-
soul.
Yeah.
And
She's
even
so
her
good.
like she's a fucking queen of covers. Even her like why do you always call me when you're high cover?
Yes.
It's just
She-
amazing.
She's another genre bender.
I mean she can be both.
She can, but she's a huge
Or-
genre bender, and
Yeah.
it's great that Beyonce could respect her enough to ask her to come on. Like, what a fucking invite!
Right?
I am bummed that Meg is not on the album,
I know.
Same.
but
I was really hoping Meg would be on there, but
you know, anyway.
One more note about Miley was like her ability to bend genres is insane because just looking at her recent album and also looking at Bangers, it's like insane. The Bangers album to me was like everything. Like My Darling feature and Future, I will still fucking bang that to this day. It's so good. Like that album, it got me through some things.
I mean, she's got some bops on every album she's put out.
Yeah,
It's
since
just
her childhood.
yeah, best of both worlds, bangers.
Dude, he could be the one.
He could be
Ooh.
the one is the perfect pop song.
It's so good. Like, come on.
I remember
Yeah,
feeling like
yeah.
I was in that drama while it was happening on the show. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, who is she going to pick? Oh my God, who would I pick? Oh no.
I was gonna say, who did you guys want her to pick?
I loved Jessie.
I knew
I
you.
knew you were gonna say it.
Yeah. I love
I
Jessie.
knew I was on the fence. I don't think I ever
Wow, you
made
being
a decision.
undecisive? What a shock.
Right?
I was gonna say.
Right? I don't think I ever made a decision about who I wanted her to be with. I just waited it out.
Who's
I was
more
like,
predictable, Courtney not making a decision or me liking Jessie?
Well, guess whose team I was on?
Oh,
Hello,
of course.
Team Jake.
Team Jake, yep.
So
Team Jake,
we all
of
balance
course.
out perfect.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I was
Like I
I'll
say, you
take
guys
them
are both like, well, duh. I was like, okay.
Duh.
I will,
Yeah.
I will see myself out.
Yeah.
You're like, of course. We were like, oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What if I would?
Oh.
If I said Jake, y'all would have been like, "Are you sure?" Like,
Yeah,
Really?
I questioned it. I was like,
Oh.
that seems uncharacteristic.
that's hilarious.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that would have been surprising of me actually choosing between them.
I remember watching that. Like my mom was coloring my hair in our kitchen. We had it on the TV in the kitchen. So it was like a can't miss event. Who was
Yeah.
she gonna choose?
Who did Sam pick? Who did Sam want her to pick?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Oh.
I'm sure she'll let us know.
I'll have to phone a friend.
Yeah.
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 But
For those
Oh
who
my
don't
gosh.
know what we're talking about the Hannah Montana episode where she had to choose between two boys, the bad boy.
the bad
And
boys. And then she didn't end up with either of them anyway.
she chose
Yeah.
herself, okay?
She chose
Which is a
herself.
good choice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah. Two Most Wanted is really good. Ride or Die female friendship anthem.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
I'm excited to sing it with you guys this summer.
Same.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to shake my butt to Levi jeans. Which is
Oh
the
my
next-
gosh, this song is one of my favorites. I
It's
made a list
really
of
good.
my top 5 because I feel like any less than that I could not choose. And
Yeah.
Levi's Jeans is in my top 5.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's so fun.
I had a beef with Post Malone.
Why?
I still have beef with Post Malone. Because he left hip hop to go do whatever the fuck he's doing. And I was just like, why? You're
Yeah,
doing
what
so
is he
well.
doing?
I have no idea what music he makes now. He's pretty big with whatever music he makes.
Mm.
But it's not hip hop anymore, and
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Fair.
White Iverson changed music.
Changed
Yeah.
Like, that song was everywhere, and I was like,
Mhm.
who the hell is this guy? So
Yeah.
for him to show up on a country album with Beyonce,
That I think was the
what
biggest.
strings did he pull?
I was real
Right?
excited.
That was
Yeah.
the biggest kind of like, what? And I was very much like, we'll see.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah, I
now
was
it's one of
so
my favorite
intrigued. I was
songs.
like, what? Like, what
Yeah,
are they
it's
going to
fun.
do together? Like, what is this going to be
Yeah.
like? And then listening to the
Yeah.
song, I was like, this is perfect. Like,
yeah,
yeah. Son of a bitch, I'm in.
basically.
oh shit, here we go again.
Son of a bitch, I'm in. Such a good song. Definitely one of my top. Definitely in my top 5 for sure. Because, yeah, it's amazing. She has this part in it. Let me pull up the lyrics so that I can tell you exactly.
Is it the centerfold line?
I don't think so.
Is it the Nick at Night line?
Yeah,
That one's
No.
good.
Right.
Okay.
But that's a good one. I'm a fucking centerfold. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not this one.
Excuse me.
But I do like the part where she goes, mocha chocolate latte. Oh, I act a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that part of the song. I'll keep y'all updated on the part that I was talking about. I think it's another song.
Okay.
But yeah, I was listening to this and literally like jamming.
hmm
Such a good song.
Makes me wish I had a boy to flirty text with. Because
Right.
it's so good.
Yes,
Yes, hell
that's
yeah.
the dream.
Make
That's all
sure
they're
that
good for.
Levi jeans on
hmm
so I can shake it, bring it around town.
And when he does the "Need You All Night Long, You're My Renaissance," I was like, "Ooh, whoever wrote that line gets
Yeah.
all the praise because that was solid."
Mm-hmm. So I can hug that ass all day long. Okay, yeah. Flamenco is next. And I kind of mentioned it before, but the vocals on this is absolutely astounding. Like, I love when Beyonce has like a little bit of the, not opera, but like she just shows she's kind of more classically trained too. Love it. The runs, everything on it is just so good.
Mhm.
And when I heard it for the first time, I was like, wow,
Yeah, it's
this bitch can sing.
Facts.
it wasn't news, but it's newsworthy. You know.
You know, sometimes you just got to remind everybody that she is that bitch.
Facts.
Yeah, flamenco
Just
does
like that.
exactly that.
No, oh my, I wish it was longer. It's only 1 minute and 40 seconds. But
Yeah,
she
it's
does
way
what-
too short.
Yeah, it's really good. This the whole woo, like it. I love when she does it. Like, she has several songs where she kind of does these like I call them like opera, like mid, like it's just, it comes out of nowhere, and when it happens to you, it's just like, wow, like it takes your breath away because you're just like, how's she doing that? How's she doing that?
Yeah, how does a human make that
So
sound?
much, like it's just so much range. But then of course, speaking of range, we have like the Linda Martell show interlude, and we have
Which I love
Yaya.
because it's basically a warning for Yaya. It's like, y'all better
Yeah.
buckle the fuck up because you are
Yeah.
not ready for what you're about to hear. And let me tell you, I was not ready.
I was not. Yeah.
Yes, I literally
I didn't
thought
take
those
the
were
warning.
same
No, I didn't.
thing. I didn't even like. When I was listening to it, I thought it was like a part of the song. I was like, oh, okay, but like it comes right before it. But like how it
Yeah.
melts into Yaya, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
You know what she was doing.
Because it goes from that and then it goes immediately into the hello girls, hello Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I was like, oh, we're back to the high Barbie and I'm so here for it.
Yes.
I love it. And it just gives so much like throwback vibes. Like I saw someone said they can like James Brown split to it, and I love it. It gives like Tina Turner working on the like it just gives the supreme. I don't know. I love it.
And just straight up saying like, I want to go and shake my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I wish that I wish we could have one more college day with this, to pregame and to get ready to go out to Levi's Jeans and then to dance to Yaya at the college bar. That sounds like a night. That's a hit.
Yeah. It's so good. And it samples These Boots Are Made for Walking, which is like iconic. One of my like favorite. Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard Jessica Simpson's cover.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because she did it for Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes.
Yes.
That had me in a chokehold when I was young.
Seriously. That movie, as like ridiculous as it is one of my non-horror comfort movies.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's just silly.
It's just a silly, fun film. You know?
It's very much like American Pie vibes, if you've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Johnny Knoxville, so he's, of course.
Say.
Yeah. Willie Nelson's in it, though.
He is.
Yep.
He finds his way. Willie finds a way.
Yaya references so many, like, because it's got the Boots Are Made for Walking and then Good Vibrations.
Yes.
And then what's the other line in here that I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, she started singing the like Good Vibrations lyrics and I was like, what? Oh, wait, we're still here. Okay.
If you ain't got no grits, get the fuck out the South, which is one of my favorite parts of the song.
Because then she's got the where the way that she says "lover boy." What is the song where she goes, "Oh, lover boy," and if he still doesn't say anything, "Oh, lover boy," and she's like, "Call it." What is that song?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
because the way Beyonce says it is like exactly from that song.
Call and response.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I was like, "Oh shit, I love that song." Oh, I can't find it.
If anyone out there knows, please.
I know this is going to sound so... I know it was in Men in Black 3, so I'm going to look up. I know they sampled it in Men in Black 3. So I'm going to...
I love that you know specifically it's the third one.
Oh, it's the... Oh, baby, my sweet baby. That one.
I don't know who sings that.
Yeah.
I know that song.
Yeah.
I know it, but I have no idea.
Is it Love is Strange? Is it that one?
Because I know it from...
Yes, it's the Dirty Dancing one. Yeah, it's Love is Strange. Okay. It's wild that I specifically know it not from that, but from Men in Black 3. Well, because they sample it like twice, because they play it in the movie, and then they also use the tracking of it in the elevator. And that song like made a resurgence when Men in Black 3 came out, and I'm a Men in Black fan, so...
You're like, yes.
I was like, oh, this is a jam. But yeah, when the little like takes that she has in this with all of the little references that she makes, I was like, it just kept coming.
On her line, I especially loved the insurance ain't gonna pay no Fannie Mae shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just perfectly mixed in like historical facts and then all these different samples.
These petty ones can't fuck with me, which she also says in Renaissance. So she puts that in there. Mm-hmm. And then she mentions the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit, which is like, it was a huge black event because it was segregated back then, where they had a festival for black artists, and it was mostly for like country. It was down in the South. And if you guys don't know what chitlins are, they're pig intestines, and a lot of people in the South eat them. A lot of black people in general eat them. My mom loves chitlins. I and my brother can't stand them. They smell horrible, but Junior, my nephew, who will eat probably most anything, he loves them. He will have an
Of course.
entire bowl of chitlins. Typically, you make chitlins during like the first of the year, because it's like this whole tradition like that happened back in like South and slavery, where it's like you have to have pig on like the first like New Year's Day pretty much. And so New Year's Day is always annoying for me because my mom
I
would make
remember you
chitlins.
talking about that
Mhm.
a couple
She'd
months
make
ago.
chitlins or pig's feet, and it'd be like, oh my gosh, like. But then she'd also make like black eyed peas, and I would eat that. And she put a little neck bone in it, delicious. But the rodeo chitlin circuit was this huge festival where a lot of Black performers were actually given the opportunity to get on stage and have a blast because they weren't allowed to perform anywhere else back in those days due to segregation. Some of the people that were a part of it was Ray Charles, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, B.B. King, Aretha Franklin, Little Richard, Jackson 5, Tina Turner, and Linda Martell. So,
Just a couple
Just a-
low, not too
Couple
well
chill
known
names,
folks.
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
Super casual, not superstars in their business.
Right. That were relegated to perform at the Chitlin Circuit because they were not allowed to perform at the other white venues.
White people.
Wild. White people, am I right? But yeah, so I love that this kind of pays homage to like that time. And also like mentions it, and she's like, it's just so good. It has so much like references in the song. It's definitely like a throwback, kind of like blast from the past. And then also it makes you want to shake your ass. So it has everything. Definitely in my top 5 of my favorite songs.
Yes.
Next there's another interlude of Oh Louisiana. And I really like it. I really like this one. My family on my mom's side is from Louisiana. I have yet to visit, but I am Creole and I will own it, even though I've not been. And so it makes me feel like happy to have family there. And it's like the little voice in it is just really cute. I'm still trying to decide if it's an actual child or if it's a pitched voice.
That's what I was curious about.
Yeah. Louisiana. But anyway. And after that one is Desert Eagle.
That's a good one.
Which is another kind of like shorter song, but still a really good one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of these kind of short ones she put like all next to each other. But
it's wild because like they just fit together that you don't even know what song is still like is the song over? Is the new song starting? It's wild.
Yeah, it's so good.
But then we got Riverdance.
So good.
Riverdance is one of my faves too, for sure. A really good song.
Another shaky ass song.
It's
I think this might have the one or the line that I was looking for.
I just love because you have like the bounce on that shit dance. And so it's like the dance part, but then the verses of the song are very much telling a story, which I think is very badass of Beyonce just being like, fuck you, I'm doing my own shit. You fucked up. That's your own fault. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. She really knows how to give people the business.
She knows how to make people dance, but also make us think.
Feel. Yeah.
And feel, yeah. Because she has in one of the verses, I would give him everything, my thunderstorm and second chances. Wild.
Yep.
We've all been there.
Arrest me and read me my rights. I plan to steal your heart again on Saturday and Sunday nights.
For the weekend.
And also bounce on that shit, dance.
I also love your words, they take the shape my body makes. Ain't that the scary thing?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It just, yeah. I feel like this is my, like, well, maybe not the, oh, I don't know which one I would pick as, like, my breakup song from the album. But it might be this one.
It's
Yeah,
a good choice. That's a really
that's
good
true.
choice.
Yeah. And then, of course, it has, the reference to Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Running on the river.
Yeah.
Running. Then after this one is Two Hands to Heaven.
This one is stunning.
Yeah,
This is another one, like, I mean, obviously vocally we know she's going to kill it, but
of course.
where it gives something a little bit different and you just go, God, fucking Beyonce did that again. Like,
Yeah.
Again, like this one, the lyrics are like everything.
Yeah. 20 songs in and she's still like
Serving.
giving it to us. Yeah.
I like this one too because it kind of shows it's like more Houston-y. Because
Mm-hmm.
where Beyonce's from, she mentions it like riding on that candy paint, and then like it just kind of like gives more country Houston vibes. Whereas like she's kind of given Louisiana, she's given Texas, she's given everything. Well, obviously Texas and Houston, but
Yeah.
this one gives like UGK, like Houston. And
Lovely
then
daggers pierced my heart many moons ago. Toxic roses chased by wolves and carnivores. Lost virgins with broken wings that will regrow. Just
Damn.
like
how
so
did
dark.
you do it? And then of course there's like a part 1 and 2
Mm-hmm.
to the song, and I don't know, it's just really beautiful.
It's just crazy. She gave 27 songs and was able to like talk about it. Just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And then next we have Tyrant.
this is a
Now-
favorite of mine.
I was gonna say, now this one might be my top favorite. Like it goes back and forth, but I always come back to this one. It might be my number 1 favorite, and if not, like it changes between number 1 and number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I fucking love Tyrant. It has the same name as the other song I love by Kali Uchis.
Yeah.
Kaliukas?
Yes. I can't pronounce her name for anything. And I learned how to say it so many times and I always forget. But yeah, she has a song called Tyrant and it's really good. So it kind of reminds me of that. But it's so good. It makes me just want to like get up and like move my hips like Tina in that like Bob's Burger gif.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's one of the ones that like will make you want to dance, but also when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, damn. Like the bridge of how did you get used to the haunting, the willing, the missing, the wanting, dry eyes just send me across the divide, hangman teach me how not to cry.
How not to cry.
It gets me every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fucking sad. But when I tell you, I'd be like,
But when the chorus pops up, we dance.
Right? We dancing.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Have you seen her? 5'9", thick and fine. What a tragedy. Hey, riding while we trying to get away. Riding while you trying to catch a wave. Wow, that's so sexy, and I know it. I ain't afraid to show it. Baby, I'm so goated. Baby, I'm glowing. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yes.
5'9", thick and fine. That's me.
There you
That
go.
is you. Oh my gosh.
What a tragedy. No.
Truly.
Now somebody got to
Yeah,
sing about somebody's 5'2" so that I can have a song.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on. Where all my 5'2" ladies at? But yeah, it's like
5'2".
giddy up. I'm riding, and it like the chorus is just like, ooh, it makes me want to like dance. but also it's very sad.
It's good. Yeah, I think this is probably a 1 or a 2 for me. I feel like I keep coming back to Tyrant.
It's so good. These hips so hypnotic and such a tyrant. Yeah, it's amazing. And then we got what's probably like definitely I think on all of our top 5s is Sweet Honey Buckin.
Yep.
Sweet
with Shabuzi coming back.
Mm-hmm. Now the song is like 3 different songs in one.
Yeah, it's like 3 parts, and it's so well put together. Yeah,
it's definitely super well put together. The sweet part is very sweet. We got Shabuzi on there, and it's just like, I don't know, it just feels good. And this is the part that I like so much. It's in the second verse, and it's like the Cadillac back on the road. We taking Route 44. Just say what you need from the stove. Put some grits on the stove. Jiffy cornbread, booty corn fed, body rolls at the rodeo. And that's like my favorite fucking part because if anybody knows me, they know that I fucking love me some Jiffy cornbread.
It was always in the apartment.
I would buy it every time because you never know when you need cornbread, and we always used it.
Yeah,
you never know.
It's always a good choice.
Jiffy is the best cornbread brand. Fight me.
Facts.
And it's cheap.
It's great. Like less than $1, and you can get a whole thing. You make some cornbread.
I don't know if I would trust somebody who didn't like the Jiffy cornbread. I'd be like,
genuinely,
please leave.
Yeah. Add that to the red flags.
Yeah, not even an ick. It's a red flag.
No, it's a full-on red flag. Get out. But yeah, so I was just like, not the shout out to Jiffy cornbread. Like, I don't know. It just made me really happy because I was like, real ones know.
Yeah.
But then so yeah, that's part of the sweet one, and then you get into Honey, which is like.
It's spicy.
Sexy. A little, you know.
It's hot honey.
Yeah. It's a hot honey for real. But I love it. And then you get obviously into Buckin', which was like, let's
just buckin'.
Let's buckin'.
Did you see? I think it was this song. Oh no, maybe it was Ya Ya. Where Taylor Swift fans were like, I don't want to hear anybody say anything bad about Taylor Swift after this being on the new Beyonce song. And I was like, bitch.
What? What does that have to do?
Because there's a part like where it's just the like yayas over and over. And they're like, seriously, this is what everybody's hyped about with the Beyonce album. And I was like, you took a screenshot from the chorus of one part of a 4.5-minute song.
Yeah.
That samples so many other things. Like, that's the song that you're going to pick to try and, like, say that Taylor Swift is better? Like, I don't understand. Like, and people were like, move on with your misinformation.
Yeah, especially since it's, like, it's meant to be sampling, like, a 70s era song.
Yeah.
Which sounds exactly like that. Question mark?
For a second I thought it was this one, but then I was like, no, I think it was Ya Ya. And I was like, what is wrong with the Taylor Swift fans?
And of course, like, they clearly went looking for this, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, you give her streams and views or whatever, like, at the end of the day.
But it's just because I was like, you clearly scrolled, because it's the, like, Genesis lyrics of it. And I was like, you clearly scrolled the thing. Like, you picked the one part of the song that's repetitive because it's the chorus. Like, okay, don't even
they must
start with me.
Absolutely hate listening to Tina Turner "Proud Mary."
They said this that song is so good. Yeah,
like, come on now.
Yeah, people repeat lyrics. That's how a chorus works.
Well, that's what people were saying. People were like, okay, so Taylor Swift uses the same couple chords, the same hook, like the same. And really, we're gonna
listen to "Shake It Off." She says the same 3 lyrics.
Yeah, for the whole song.
Right. Yeah, the entire song. But okay,
whatever.
Well, especially the song has so much like nuance to it, but sure.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most like unique songs on the album, or that
Unique.
people have kind of.
That was perfect.
That really got me. Unique.
But
yeah, like especially it's one of the most like unique songs on the album, or like that she's done or people have done. So it's why.
Oh
but
well.
Okay.
They can sit with that and live their lives that way. We're gonna keep enjoying Beyonce.
World. Yeah. Also, Pharrell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is part of
He's
Bucket. Who knew?
Doing things.
He's doing things.
Look at him doing stuff.
Look at him go.
Look at that horse.
I mean, he wears the hats like he's a cowboy. So.
That's true. I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Literally our inspo for this episode.
Yep. That was what I texted you guys. I was like, so, Cowboy Carter, episode title.
But yeah, so the last one on the album is Amen, which I feel like really brings it all together.
Yeah. It's a great, like, closing argument.
Mm-hmm. This house built on blood and bone, and it crumbled. Yeah, it crumbled. The statues they made were beautiful, but the ones of lies of stone, they were lies of stone. Trumpets blare. What silent sound? I need to make you proud. Tell me, can you hear me now?
It's just...
This bitch is spitting. Like...
Well, and I loved, like, the last bit. Say a prayer for what has been. We'll be the ones to purify our father's sins. American Requiem. Them old ideas, are buried here. Amen. So then it calls back to the first song. It's just... It's a perfect bookend.
And
it really is. And like if you listen to it on like a loop,
I was just gonna say,
yep,
yeah,
it comes right back.
She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing.
It all matches. You don't know the beginning, the end.
Yeah, she's like, there's no skips on here, so good luck.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get your way out.
Yeah, literally, you'll never know. Because like I'll be listening to it, and I'm like, what song is this? I love it.
Yeah,
and realize that it was like two different ones.
Yeah, right.
Just next to each other.
Yeah. It is a work of art.
It is.
No surprise.
And we called it, didn't we? We were like, Beyonce, country album. And then like 3 days later, it was like, Beyonce, country album.
Country album.
And here we are.
There's rumors that in like Act 3 would be rock.
I was just going to say.
And people are like, Paramore,
think?
Get ready. And I'm like, I swear to fucking God, I will lose my shit.
I saw someone. Yes, I saw someone say they need to get the main gal from Evanescence.
Yes. It's that I keep seeing that the video of like the emo people dancing.
Oh yeah,
and they always put it to like different music, and it's like me when Paramore and Evanescence are on Act 3, Beyonce, and I was like, facts.
Facts. Oh my gosh, Haley Williams, please.
I would also love. Dave Grohl.
Ooh.
From Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
I just think they'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He can drum, he can play guitar, he can sing, so he could just like show up and do whatever. That's kind of my like one rock person I'd really want that isn't like yeah, I would love a rock out. I would love music from Beyonce.
Bring Avril Lavigne.
Yes. Avril Lavigne. That would be good.
Ooh.
Sing Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm a motherfucking princess. That would be cool.
I'm thinking who else would be really good on that. Even
SZA.
Oh my God. I would lose my shit.
Yeah. She can do it.
She definitely could. Hey, I was thinking get Nickelback on there.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Look at this rap.
That would
It'd
be
be-
phenomenal. I would love to see
It'd
it.
be amazing. Like, come on, tag them in.
Tag him. You're in.
I mean, why not? What else are they doing?
Literally nothing.
Looking at grabs.
Looking at grabs.
Well, should we do our little top fives to wind out the
Yes.
episode?
I guess so.
I have mine ready. Do you want me to go?
Let me.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go. I'll look through mine.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
but
So this is in no particular order. This isn't because I don't think I could pick a number one. Starting with Tyrant though, because I feel like that's one I always go back to. Yaya has to be top 5. I feel like second most wanted, Daughter, and then Levi's jeans. I think are my top 5.
That might be my top 5 too.
There's so
But-
many good ones. Like I was like, there has to be 5 because there's no way I could pick less than 5.
No. I would be Tyrant. I would choose Yaya. I would choose Sweet Honey Buckin, Levi's jeans. But I would go for Jolene.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
But that's begrudgingly because Daughter is definitely like up there too. And Spaghetti. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
It's tough. Again, no skips. Like she gave us no.
Yeah.
She really didn't.
I'm gonna say Blackbird.
Ooh, okay.
Jolene. 2 Most Wanted. Oh man. And Sweet Honey Buckin. Is that 4?
I think that was 4. I think you got one more.
And man, 16 carriages.
Fair.
Yes. Ugh.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I could choose any of them.
I know.
Just
Second
need the
most
top 27.
Right?
Top 27, right.
Top 27. Top 10 even. Like, please. But yeah, definitely such a freaking good album where I feel like our top 5s will probably change by the end of this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Because it's just, the more you listen to the different songs, like, the more you love it.
Yeah.
I know I'm in the phase of like trying to master the lyrics. I'm like, there's so many songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, I can't even focus on like the couple. Like, when I was going through and adding them to like my like songs on Spotify, I was like, okay, like, you know. And then all of them are on.
Yeah, it's just the
entire
whole.
album.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, add this one. All right, and add that one. Like, everyone's on there. Because I try to keep like my like songs to be like curated where I don't have the entire album.
Specific. Yeah.
And then you're like, shit.
I got the entire album. And so now it's just like songs, and then it's all of Cowboy Carter. But it was just so hard. I couldn't add it. I could not
That's what
add.
she said.
You know what? All right. I'm gonna go.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's just great. It's cool that like I got to work yesterday and the 3 of us in my department, we were all like, oh my god, there's a new Beyonce album today. Like that's all we each listened to individually.
That's a great.
Yeah, she crosses all the fandoms.
I was gonna say,
Makes
yeah,
quality music.
all of the like all genres, all boundaries. Like everyone knows who Beyonce is, and everyone is collectively excited for her when she drops new music.
Yeah.
Even if you're not like a stan of Beyonce, you're gonna listen to the music when she drops it. Like it's just not. Where I feel like so many other artists are so polarizing, and so like they have their own lane, I guess. Where it's like, you know, we were talking about Taylor Swift. Like if she dropped an album tomorrow, there, you know, like
specific people would listen.
Yeah, her fans would be excited, but they're not gonna have the same worldwide cultural phenomenon sort of appeal that Beyonce has. I feel like she sort of transcends genres. She transcends cultures, races, like everything. People are gonna listen to it. And it's like it's rare that you find someone like that.
Yeah, I've enjoyed seeing the couple TikToks that I've seen of people like listening to it with their parents. And their parent, like there was this one woman, I'll have to see if I can find it. And she was like, "Oh my God, I need my hat." And she like, the mom like goes and runs and like gets a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
So that she can listen. And she goes, "Oh my God, Miss Dolly." And she gets so excited, even though she hadn't like, she's like, "Oh yeah, that came out today." And her son's like, "No, like we have to listen. Like it's so good." And you can just see like as the songs are going, he's like, you know, playing little bits and she's getting all excited. She's like, "Oh my God, that was so good. Oh my goodness." Like it's adorable.
Oh.
That's exactly how my mom was. She was like, "Oh yeah, she did come out with a country album. Like, how is it?" And then she immediately pulled up the songs on YouTube while we were on the phone. And she's like, "All right, well, I'm about to go listen to them." And I'm like, "Okay."
Hell yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's just like Beyonce does something, people pay attention. It's Beyonce.
It's
Beyonce.
That's how I
She
guess
can do no wrong.
I guess that's how it was back in the day when there was like Michael Jackson. Because my mom was like dressed up. Like people were fainting at the sight of him. And like obviously we were young.
Crazy.
So we didn't like have that kind of relationship, I guess, with him. But it was like a phenomenon whenever he came out. And it's like, that's why, you know, he was one of the greatest entertainers. And I feel like Beyonce has single-handedly proven herself to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest living entertainer.
Because she covers, like we were just saying, she covers fandoms and like people worldwide who like other Americans can't necessarily get the same reactions from or like get the same kind of excitement for.
Yeah, no matter who you are, if you see Beyonce, it's like you're gonna have something to fucking say. Yeah, you're gonna have something to say about it. I mean, even her songs are like covered constantly. They're like the Philippine national anthem.
Yeah. Isn't it that Dreamgirls song?
Yes, Listen, which is a classic.
It's so fucking funny. The Philippines really loves a song to like belt.
Yes.
Yes, and that is that because that song is so hard to sing.
Yeah. It's so funny.
And they do it great every time.
It's so good. I love all the videos of that.
Yeah. I just love how like Twitter and literally every single celebrity even is like freaking out and excited over Beyonce. Like she's a celebrity to celebrities.
Yeah, people were lining up at the Grammys to meet her.
It looked like a meet and greet.
So
I was like, damn.
I was like, this is why she don't come here.
Yeah.
By celebrities.
She's just in her blonde wig and her 10-gallon hat, like
Doug Dimmadome.
I loved those memes.
And chilling. There's like an entire line. But I love that Olivia Rodrigo and Blue got to meet because apparently Blue's a big Olivia Rodrigo fan.
Which is so
am
sweet.
I love Olivia Rodrigo. She's killing it.
I do too. Me and my niece were singing Vampire like the entire time she was here.
It's good.
And she's like, Courtney, she's like, stop cursing that part. I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Callie will call you out
She
on
will.
cursing.
Haley got told. She was scolded.
I once started singing a Flo Milli song, and
she was like,
the first lines are Flo Milli ho.
Yeah.
And she was like, not in my Nini's house, or not in my Nani's house.
Yep.
And I was like,
absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're like, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I think I said ho twice and shit once, and she was like, nope, censored.
Like, get out of here.
It's like, I'm sorry.
She's like, it was like the fine. I never fucked Wayne. I never fucked Rand. No. And she's like, stop.
That's what she did. She censored me.
She did.
Yep.
You were censored.
Not in her Ghani's house.
I get it, though. I get it.
Yeah, she censored me in my own house, in my own dojo.
Mojo Dojo Casa house?
Yes. I was like, damn, I can't say anything. I'm like, it's just Olivia Rodrigo. But yeah, she was just like, no, it's a dang vampire. I was like, dang
Those gosh darn vampires.
Those gosh darn vampires.
Gosh darn it.
Dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit vampire.
Oh, gee.
Good times.
But yeah, I love that Blue's such a like teen where like that's her person. She would
And,
be
like, her
so
peer.
good on Act 3.
She would.
They should get Willow.
Yeah, I saw it. They're like, Willow, let's do it.
Willow would be good.
That would be good.
Willow is so good on it.
They gotta get all the kids. The next gen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who else is big out there? I don't know. Tate McRae.
Also, I really want her cover of Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon.
Ooh.
Because that's such a good cover.
Yeah.
If she gets those brothers, that'd be cool. But, like, give us the cover on an actual track. I can download again. That'd be great. Well, anything else to say about Queen Bee?
I think I've said it all.
Beyonce, if you're listening, I love you.
We love you. We hope to see you on your next tour.
Yes.
If we can afford it.
Especially because everybody's just been being like, hey, going on tour, tickets are on sale in 12 hours. And I'm like, I don't have the time to get ready.
Yeah, especially if we'd have to travel. Meg.
Yeah, Meaghan. Looking at
Meaghan.
Because what the hell?
Yeah, I'm really upset she's not anywhere near here.
Same.
Genuinely not. And I was like, okay, maybe she'll announce it later. And she announced more of the same places.
Yeah, she did like second nights. I was like, I mean, I get a second night for Houston. That's fine. That's home.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
Like, give me
a Pacific Northwest show, please.
I will go to Portland. I will go to Idaho.
Ew,
I will go to Spokane.
I don't think Meaghan wants to.
Especially after what happened with the women's basketball team.
The NASCAR team?
The NASCAR teams.
We'll have to talk March Madness on our next episode.
Yes.
Yes.
The trip we went on, and then like how this whole thing has been going.
We can title it March Madness in April. That's the madness.
It's insane.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to our breakdown of Cowboy Carter. If you haven't listened, what are you doing? Go listen, please. It's amazing. Drop your top 5. I'll add that as my question. I think that hopefully is enough characters on Spotify. If it's not, give us your top, as many as they'll let you allow in the answer.
Yeah. Or put the track number or something.
Yeah. But it's been great to be back. We know we had a little bit of a hiatus, but hopefully we can get on a little bit of a schedule, and I think this was a fun one to kick things off. You can find the podcast at AWW Roommates on Instagram and Twitter. We also have the podcast on YouTube at And We Were Roommates Pod. And you can find me on social media at M Murder Movies. That's M as a Massacre Murder Movies on Instagram and Twitter. That's like my horror podcast. I do horror movie reviews, so you can go check that out. All the links will be below. Where can they find you, Courtney?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram and Twitter at iCourtneyAnnette on Instagram and at iCourtAnnette on Twitter. And they can also find me on my blog, which is courageouslycourt.com, I think it is. I haven't been on there for a little bit, but I will be coming back with more updates and more posts. So look out for that. Also TikTok.
I am on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I think it's all Kaylee_Ranksdorf. I post about my cats and sports. Baseball is officially back, so I will be posting a lot about being at games and whatnot. And TikTok, I've gotten into just like, I don't know, posting things every once in a while. What I read every month, so keep a lookout for that. And we'll try to put together a little video. It's been a year since our trip to the Maldives, which is insane. So I'm sure we'll post some like a look back photos and videos from that trip because it was just so special and so fun. Yeah, just thanks for listening. Keep on listening to Beyonce and trying to be the best you can be and surviving another day because this shit is really hard. But keep on keeping on. That's just life, you know?